Hi everyone, we're here at John Sadler's Auto Repair. This is a part 2 follow-up on the 2005 Infiniti service. Our other video, you couldn't see the crack spray well in the exhaust manifold, so we're going to try and show you a better view today. So it's at the very rear of the manifold, and we'll see if we can actually make it so you can be able to see it. Can you see it there? Yeah. Okay, there's the, if you look right there, you can see the crack going straight along the line there, and it's about, I don't know, 2 inches long. So that's the crack in the manifold where the other repair facility wants to replace the whole manifold. So we'll go look at the other side now so we can get you a picture of the other side. Okay, can you see that now? Or? This side's a little more difficult to see, but you can see the outline of it. It's in a higher area than the other side, but there's a crack going all the way along the side, the top area of that manifold. That's a little bit of a view. You can see that. So what we did is we followed up with an exhaust shop, and what they do is they can either take the heat shield off, and they can take this inner fender off, and when they take that off and take the heat shield off, then they can get in there and they can weld the manifold right on the vehicle sometimes. And even if they have to take the manifold off the vehicle, they can weld that. It's quite a bit of savings for the consumer, because you can just weld that part with a crack. There's nothing wrong with the manifold. There's nothing wrong with the Cali converter that's attached to it. It just has a crack there. Apparently that's a fairly common problem with these when I did talk to the exhaust shop about it. So they'll do their best to try and weld it right on the vehicle, and if they can't weld it right on the vehicle, then what they'll do is they'll remove it from the vehicle, weld it, and then reinstall it in the vehicle. So that was the last issue we had left on the exhaust. We've got all the fluid services done. It drives great now. One thing we had a problem with, it was very difficult to remove 2 of the spark plugs. It was the 3rd spark plug back on each bank. We're pretty well frozen in at 103,000 miles. And what we do is use a little bit of anti-seize compound on the threads of the new spark plug, so when you tighten it in, when we go to take it out again, another 100,000 miles, it will come out properly. So we're all done with this service. It drives great now. It's a noticeable difference in everything. Oh, I want to show you the back part of the steering, where we actually cleaned the back of yesterday's video. We showed you that this was all full of fluid that leaked on here. And I talked about that the steering gear here went up to the steering box. I made a mistake on that. The steering gear here, this goes up to the shaft up here, goes up to the steering wheel. So now, with the new fluid in there, hopefully this area will stay dry now, because it was all wet yesterday. So we cleaned the immediate area where the fluid was seeping or weeping out of the rack and pinion itself. So now with the better quality fluid in there, hopefully this won't have any more problem. And the last thing the consumer needs to do is to go get the tires balanced and rotated and go from there. So thank you very much. Have a nice day.